The official end of e-tolls is in sight. In his State of the Province address in last month, Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi announced that the highly controversial e-toll system would come to an end on March 31st. E-tolls were expected to be terminated by the 31st of December 2022, but negotiations between the Gauteng government and the National Treasury proved to be challenging. Now, let's discuss this and other transport-related matters by Gauteng MEC for Transport and Logistics, Kedibone Diale-Tlabela. Ma'am, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Of course, we're going to talk about a range of issues, but let's start with where you come from today. Of course, it is the Easter weekend. You've been monitoring roads in as far as safety is concerned. Just talk to us a little bit about what the plans are in Gauteng. Of course, this is a time where we're seeing a lot of road fatalities. We're also seeing, a lot of drivers not adhering to some of those laws.
Thank you very much, Nati, and good afternoon to people of Gauteng as well as South Africans. We just today, as part of our Easter holiday, just launched our road safety Easter holiday program. And this is in collaboration with various stakeholders that we work with as a department, and amongst them is the law enforcement agencies. One thing that we have done in December, we launched what we called #Fatela Road Safety Campaign, which is a campaign to take us to the people, not only be on the freeways or on the roads doing roadblocks, but talking to the people about the road safety. In various places, be it places of entertainment, churches, everywhere where people gather. And we've been continuing with the program throughout the year and throughout the beginning of the year. This is a year-long program, and we are saying to people of Gauteng that our statistics are usually not as good as we want to. We're the highest contributors to the road fatalities in our country, and we're calling upon everyone to really take responsibility to participate, but also help us create awareness to individuals. Like you said earlier, some of the challenges we have and the causes of road fatalities is drinking and driving, texting and driving, drinking and walking, because pedestrians also contribute highly on the road fatalities that we experience as a province. So that's why you are seeing us going into places where people gather, encouraging different stakeholders. We were with the faith-based organizations today, the churches as well as the sangomas and the traditional healers, the public transport operators in our province, both the buses and the taxi industry and the e-hailing services. We are also trying to reach out to private motorists to say, take care, love yourself enough, and love all of us, because as drivers, you're not driving your only car, you're driving all of us as long as you are on the road.
Yep. So you're obviously touching on the behavior and the sentiment from motorists. MEC, of course, we know those are a number of reasons why we're seeing, these road accidents that are happening. One other concern, especially for Gauteng motorists, is the condition of some of our roads. We've seen improvements where we've seen them, but potholes are still a challenge. What's happening on that front?
We have a program called Smart Mobility Program that we do and expand to municipal roads where we can as a provincial government. And we work closely with different ward councillors to assist where we can as a provincial government. And also you have seen the minister has a Valazonge program that is rolled out through Sanral. So, and in Gauteng, we have a fixed pothole app where we encourage South Africans, when we encourage people in Gauteng to report the potholes so that we are able to come and fix as and when we get those reports. We also have inspectors, road inspectors in our department that assist us in different regions to get to know where are the potholes, especially on our provincial roads, but we are expanding to municipal roads where we can as a provincial government.
Are you satisfied with the state of our roads currently?
Let me tell you, the state of the provincial roads, I think we are doing very well. One of the things that we set ourselves to achieve in October 2022 when we were appointed was to ensure that we finish some of the controversial incomplete projects. Some were left abandoned, some had a lot of challenges. And I mean, we've been handing over the road infrastructure back to people of Gauteng. And we worked day and night to ensure that we fix the road, we complete the projects. I am saying we are working closely with our municipalities. We have a platform where as MECs and MMCs discuss on how do we relate with one another and how do we assist one another. Remember, there's 3 types of roads in our country. There's municipal roads, there's provincial roads. And we can't say when a motorist is affected or an individual is affected, they don't want to know whether the road is a road of a national government or a provincial government. They want the road fixed, and that's why absolutely. You see us we're everywhere in all the regions through our road maintenance unit to make sure that we also assist where we can in municipalities.
MEC, let's talk about another contentious issue in Gauteng and something that has been frustrating motorists to no end for years now, something that has been on your table in Gauteng as government from the Premier's office to National Treasury, and that is the status in terms of e-tolls. I want to know what the final word on e-tolls is. I mean, we know, of course, that e-tolls, we were told by Premier Panyaza Lesufi that e-tolls will be scrapped by the 31st of March 2024. We are now on the 28th of March. We know that this matter has been gazetted. We now understand, of course, these tolls will be scrapped by the 11th of April 2024. Just give us a sense of what the final word is.
As people of Gauteng, including yourself and myself, we did not want e-tolls. And I think we are very happy as people of Gauteng that at least the ANC-led government listened to us. And I think you have seen the provincial government and the provincial leadership in Gauteng marching side by side with people of Gauteng to the national government to say, please scrap the e-tolls. They are affecting us, and we need to and make sure that everybody in this country take responsibility, not only us in Gauteng. It's not our fault that everybody passes through us, and we are happy as people of Gauteng that the national government listened to us, and we really appreciate that. Then there was supposed to be a process to be followed. Remember, e-tolls were not illegal, and they were there was a legislative framework that we had to follow to implement them. And there was a process that we as the Gauteng provincial government, together with the national government, had to sit down on. After the minister announced that we no longer have e-tolls, we needed to then get the countries switched off. And that is the process that we were engaged in as a provincial government together with the national departments. And we are happy that the Premier pronounced that the e-tolls will be switched off. And I think people of Gauteng were right, and the Premier is correct. The e-tolls will be switched off.
In terms of the 4 billion rands that is owed to Sanral by Gauteng, I mean, we know that, of course, Treasury will take care of the 70% of the bill, and the rest is then the responsibility of Gauteng. We heard from your colleague, Gauteng MEC of Finance, Jacob Mabapolo, saying that, of course, you are now approaching financial institutions in terms of making sure that this amount is financed. What can you tell us on that front?
It's 12.9 billion. And we have put together an interdepartmental team, both technically and politically, to assist us finalize this matter. And we could not be where we are, and I think the Premier will be announcing very soon, including the national government, on what is the status of switching off the countries as per that, just what you said, that the matter is now gazetted. We are working hard around the clock, and obviously we couldn't gazette when we did not have a plan. So I would suggest that we wait for the Premier and the Panyaza Lesufi to announce to people of Gauteng on how are we going about it. My colleague in Department of Finance, in Tate Mamabolo, also announced to people of Gauteng on the processes we will follow to get the money and make sure that we pay off the debt on behalf of people of Gauteng.
So in other words, come the 31st of March, e-tolls will be scrapped. Is that what you're saying?
The Premier of Gauteng is a very trustworthy man, and he's a man of his words. What he say happens. What Panyaza Lesufi say happens.